Hello and welcome to the heart of Markness. Welcome to the heart of Markness. Now you've come of age. Hello. Today is a classic rock day, not a Led Zeppelin day. That's tomorrow. And today's classic rock recording is going to be another Mike Millard master. Turning down the recording volume. Sorry about that. That's why my cadence slowed down. There we go. Mike Millard, master of a recording by the combo from the UK, Genesis, from not October, Mark, April 17th, 1978. That is April 17th, 1978. The LA Forum, Inglewood, California, or Los Angeles to we non-Angelinos. And it is a master recording from the legendary Saint Michael Millard, taper extraordinaire, who used his Nakamichi tape deck and his AKG mics, and we would sneak them into recording venue or performing venues, often, but not always, hidden in a wheelchair that he would pretend to need. And he would use this top shelf recording equipment in a custom battery pack to record all these amazing shows from the LA area. So you've got not only Genesis, but the week before that was Rick Wakeman. And, of course, Led Zeppelin at their LA run in 77, Led Zeppelin in 75, Alice Cooper, Frank Zappa, I believe. I would love to hear that one. And then, the King. Well, scroll through my podcast. You'll see a whole bunch of them. I haven't done all of them because, if they're really not in my wheelhouse, I don't really attempt it. Genesis is not in my wheelhouse. I did not listen to them. I mean, I tried. It just doesn't do it for me. But I understand that they're a rather popular group. And in the interest of both evangelism and getting the word out of beautiful Mike Millard's work, and in the interest of, listen, this is an important recording coming out for the first time in this quality. And I know that as a Led Zeppelin fan, I'm always delighted when new shows come out. And oh my God, do I love it when the sound is incredible. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the sound is incredible. So this show from their And Then There Were Three tour, and that's after Steve Hackett left the band, which was after Peter Gabriel left the band, leaving literally three of them, Mike Rutherford, Tony Banks, and Phil Collins. See, I know the bare bones of the story. I've tried to get into it. When I tried to get into prog more, it's just, Led Zeppelin and dirty rock and roll is my comfort zone. That and like Bob Dylan kind of singer-songwriters. So, anywho, tell us more about your childhood, Mark. Nah. We have this wonderful show. Let me read you the set list for those of you to whom it will have more relevance because you'll recognize most of the songs, not this guy. We have, and this show, this entire concert will be available for download at heartofmarkness.com shortly after I finish this podcast. So the show opens with, this is April 17th, 1978, LA Forum. Opens with the 11th Earl of Mar. And then In the Cage, Burning Rope, Ripples, not the Grateful Dead song, Deep in the Motherlode, Fountain of Salmakis, Down and Out, One for the Vine, Squonk, Say It's All Right, Joe, The Lady Lies, The Story of Romeo and Juliet, Cinema Show, Afterglow, Follow You, Follow Me, the song I know, Dance on a Volcano, Drum Duet, that's Phil Collins and Chester Thompson? Chester Burnett. No, that's Howlin' Wolf. Howlin' Wolf on drums. No, I should look that up. I knew that. Give me a second. La, 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 la. So how you been? Nice crowd, huh? La, 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 la. Crowd work. All right. Fuck it. I'll look it up when you're playing the music. You're not paying. Well, you're not paying at all. God damn it. All right. Friend O's. This was And Then There Were Three, which is, again, the first album after Steve Hackett, their guitarist, left. And Mike Rutherford took up guitar duties on the album. And on the tour, according to Wikipedia, he played lead guitar on the tracks that he recorded for And Then There Were Three. And then Daryl Sturmer, who was also on stage with them, played all the guitar for the other stuff, all the Hackett stuff. And Daryl Sturmer, if you remember that horrible, horrible period of time, or wonderful, depending on your opinion of the 80s, when Phil Collins was the most popular human being in the world. And I think it was, Billy, don't you lose that number? Use that number? I don't know. I'm mixing it up with the Steely Dan song. Anyhow, there was a it was a Phil Collins video where he was parodying the process of making the video. And there's a guy, I guess it's his agent or something, who's like open-mouthed eating in front of him, listening to the track, going, "Great!" And then Phil's like, yeah, it's Daryl Sturmer on guitar. Who? Daryl Sturmer? Oh, that's what it is. Who's this? Daryl Sturmer. What? Daryl Sturmer. Great sandwich. So, yeah, that was worth the build-up. Sorry, folks. However, if you remember that video, you remember that moment, and now you feel young and happy. I am the fountain of youth. All right. I'm an ADD-addled middle-aged man who loves Led Zeppelin and classic rock and tries to bring all this great live music to you. So you will forgive a little bit of wool gathering and tangents, one hopes. All right, friendos, you have suffered enough. The first song I shall play for you shall be Squonk, which I think is off a Trick of the Tail, but I may be wrong. In any case, ladies and gentlemen, Squonk. Genesis, April 17th, Mike Millard, master recording. Enjoy. I wonder if any of those woos were made by the man himself, Mike Millard. I would tend to think not, because I would think he would be conscious of his recording environment at all times, and knowing who's that fucker who tapes all the Led Zeppelin shows on the East Coast? Archie? Makes fantastic recordings and then talks and yells through the whole thing. I doubt that Mike would be like that. I know nothing of him, but just from his ethic and his ethos and his mythos, it doesn't seem like he'd be that kind of guy. But I don't know. It would be nice if he were, and that a little part of him sonically was rendered immortal, not just his work. Anywho, it's slightly odd always to present music that I'm not familiar with or I'm not particularly attuned to. And Genesis I'm not particularly familiar with. It's not like, oh, Genesis sucks, man. It's nothing like that. It's not a value judgment. It's just I guess if I were a chef and I were making paella, and yet I wasn't a fan of seafood, I could know that it's good, but I couldn't maybe necessarily derive the joy that others would. Yes, what an apt and arrogant analogy, Mark. Thank you. All right, carrying on here at Shea Markness. The next dish I'd like to serve for you is The Lady Lies. And what struck me about this is that, first of all, the bass line is poppin', and that's Mike Rutherford. I like his bass playing a lot. I like the band a lot. The band is good. There's no getting around that. But this song, the lyrics, man, it's the same kind of shit that Ronnie James Dio used to sing. And if you put him, took those lyrics and dropped it on over a Black Sabbath backing, it would be a Black Sabbath song with Dio singing it. It's interesting. That is in no way a dig. If you're a Genesis fan and you're like, fuck this guy, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when you're singing about maidens and I wish I had a sword and turns out she was a demon. Come on, man. That's Dio territory. I'm sorry. And that's not dogging Dio either. Dio's voice is incredible. The fucker was famous for 40 years and his voice never suffered. I mean, he passed away in his late 60s. I remember that from stomach cancer. And a friend of mine actually knew him. And now we're talking about Dio. So I'm not dogging Dio. I'm not dogging Genesis. I'm just saying that, they both sing about watery bints lobbing swords. So there it is. And speaking of there it is, how about I shut up and play you the music you want to hear? Here. All right, The Lady Lies, ladies and gentlemen. This is off of And Then There Were Three. And I think it was written by Tony Banks. Or at least the lyrics were. Yes, that sounds right. Tony Banks. New man? All right, friendos. The Lady Lies. Again, April 17th, 1978. The facts don't change. Enjoy.
And the sound of a scream from below. He thinks he's a warrior, so he picks up his sword and goes. From out the monster, he rescues the maiden fair. But we know he's a demon, and to lure him to the demon's lair. Through raspberries gold, tall trees he leads, to a house in a clearing, a place in Armenia she calls home. entering with her. There was something in our man that his mind could not ignore. Also it is whispered in a kingdom far away to beware that little cottage in the forest lay. But who knows what takes place in this world, so he just likes to finally preparing to go on his way. Others never learn the way this man is leading, and we will never know. He knew he was walking to the waves round. He set up for him and made so much ground. So he went inside, take on what he found, but he never escaped them. But who can escape what he's honest?
Nice ending there, very tight. All right, friendos, we have one left. And now's the time when I do my spiel. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, everywhere you can find the podcast because you're listening to it, right? All under the nom de plume Heart of Markness. And you can find my website, heartofmarkness.com, which I mentioned earlier. That's where you can find the shows that I feature, and you can download them yourself. So if I did not play the song that you liked, sometimes people are like, I don't know why you didn't play this. And I'm like, man, because I didn't. I played this, either I played the songs that I liked from the show, or in the case of this, I don't know, I know one of these songs, like, oh, Follow You, Follow Me. I know that song because that was the hit. The rest of them I know because I have done another Genesis show. I did Mike Millard taped the Duke tour, I think a couple years later. And I know some songs from that. But other than that, I flip through them real quick and find ones that kind of sound interesting to me. Or if I'm completely clueless, I stick with the songs that are supporting the album that they're touring for, because they're the new ones. But in any case, none of that matters, does it? No. Heartofmarkness.com, you can find those shows. Und where else? YouTube, right? I said that. And if you like what I do and you like how I do it and you want to support it in a very material way, you are invited and beseeched to become a patron at patreon.com/heartofmarkness, or click the prominent Patreon logo on my website. And if you want to support this podcast, but non-materially, which is totally cool, it's a free podcast anyway, right? I would ask you to leave a review on whatever platform you're listening to. I know it takes a little time and it's probably a pain in the ass on the phone with the interface, but it does tangibly benefit my podcast. It's not just a bullshit thing. It raises my relevance on whatever platform I'm on, so that when people search Led Zeppelin podcast or classic rock or live music, I have a better chance of showing up in their results. And if nothing else, I play good music, folks, and I want the world to know. All right. Speaking of Follow You, Follow Me, that's what we're going to play. And I saved the best for last because... I paused to cough. Because I know that song, and if you are a casual listener or if you are a devotee of yours truly, you'll know this song. So, save the best for last. Oh, I hate that song. No, thank you, Vanessa Williams. Wow, I'm all over the road. Follow You, Follow Me, and we'll wrap this up. Enjoy, my friends.
Fire. Hiya. And now we've come to the last song. We don't know anymore. I'm serious, we don't know anymore. You can talk about blues if you want. We don't know anymore. Listen, before we go, everybody says it's nice to be back in a lovely country, nice to be back in a lovely city. But Los Angeles has always been very nice to us, and we appreciate it, and we'll be back. We'll see you all next time.
And there you have it. Whoops. Ah, that wasn't the microphone. That was the bong. Whoops, got them mixed up, folks. Sorry. That was funny, though. All right, there you have it. That's what I'm going to play for you. If you like it, jump on over to Heart of Markness if you want to and grab this whole show so you can listen to yourself. If you don't like it, no worries, man. I'll be back, tomorrow, Thursday, with a Led Zeppelin podcast, and it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be Providence, 1973, which is it's the same set list as The Song Remains the Same because it's the same tour. But holy shit, is it on fire! And it's a really good recording too. Are you gonna like it? You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it. That guy went away. The Men's Warehouse guy started the company, was the CEO of the company. It was his fucking company, and he got voted out. They kicked him out. Yay. This has been brought to you by Adult Attention Deficit Disorder and legalized cannabis. Let's hear it for Oregon. All right, friendos. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope your life is going well. If it's not going well, I hope this made it a little better. And in any case, please be good to yourselves and each other. And I will talk to you soon. Or I won't if I die. But if I don't die, I'll talk to you soon. Thank you very much for listening.